And okay, hey, we're live. Yeah, this is a comedy safe space. So if you guys want to say the N word, I'm not going to tell your parents. Um, well, actually, I might in this instance. Bobby, you're up first. Let me know what your topic is and when you're ready to begin, and I will start your
Alrighty.
time.
Okay, I am ready now, and my topic is lighter. Right. You know, I think if they had lighters during the Salem witch trials, we wouldn't have any trees left because it would have made it just too damn easy. Because let's face it, everybody who was deemed a witch, half those people, basically, you either pissed off or you owned more land than someone on the witch council, and that's why you had to go. That's history. It's coming up with all kind of excuses like, didst thou not allow me to finish with great didst thou not allow me to finish with great ecstasy upon thy backside? Light her up. Because they burned witches at the stake, right? Didn't thou, as a woman, dare to correct a man in public? Thou'st a witch. Light her up. Didst thou add a new addition to thine house and get a larger hot tub than Father McAllister? Obviously a witch. Light 'em up. But, maybe we should just move on to lighter subject matter, shall we? Yeah, I wonder how hard it was to smoke weed, during the Salem witch trial days, because it would just take so much time. It was like, puff, puff, pass me thine beeswax candle. The one thing that I cannot stand is puff, puff, pass in a group of people, especially when you get that girl, that one in the group who, when she gets high, she gets super flirty, and then she keeps the hitter or the joint and she just lets it keep burning, and she uses it as a little tool in her flirty arsenal of just talky. And then I'm standing over there going, just silently screaming in my head, puff, puff, pass, you big bone bogarting bitch. But no, she still keeps waving and flirting, and it just makes me miss the carefree days of the Salem witch trial days. It's like, didst thou bogarteth the dubage at the public partakage? Light her up. I had 9 hours to do this, and that's all I came up with. I'm Bobby Sutton. Thank you very much.
Yay, sweet.
And nobody laughed, so it was probably a hot garbage.
You guys have any feedback?
I have a tag for you. So when you were talking about the witches, the difficulty of getting weed in the burning witch days, you could just say you don't need to. A burning witch does not need a lighter to light her weed.
Oh, that's awesome! Yes. Writing that down.
When you could augment that with puns, a burning witch is really hot thing,
Oh, like hot boxing.
Or what if that was how it started? Like people were smoking weed, and then the chick was using it in a story and accidentally flicked it, and a friend caught on fire, and she was like, "He was like, oh, where's Mary?" And they're like, "Oh, she's a witch. We had
yeah."
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you.
Tracks.
I don't know much about.
Go ahead.
With the Salem witch trial, so they would burn any woman they thought was evil.
A witch. She had to fit certain criteria. Basically, it was more of a psychological scare thing. It was just, you scared people. If you don't say that you saw her being a witch, then you're a witch. Oh yeah, I totally saw her being a witch. And that's how all these women got burned. It was really just a fear campaign in the end.
What part of the world is this from?
America.
Okay. What's it called? Salem?
In Salem. Look up the Salem witch trials in, I think it was 1672. And it actually started in England, and then Giles Corey came over to America and said, "We know some of them witches got on a boat. We're coming to get them."
I heard
Didn't-
that actually most of them weren't burned; they were hung.
Yeah, they were. But I had lighter. Yeah, but you're right. They were hung. About 82% of them were hung. And the
There's gotta be a pun in there somewhere.
yeah, I can't just take it. I was writing for lighter, but you're right. It would be because I don't have to keep it lighter to develop the joke.
Do you guys still do witch trials?
Yeah.
We do
You guys
tours.
don't?
Yeah, I googled it. It said Hillary Clinton email controversy. What was that about?
Oh, well, no, she's a Wiccan. That's all. She practices Wiccan. That's it. Which is considered being a witch, but the actual religion is called Wiccan. You know, just like there's Baptists and Catholics and Presbyterians, and she chooses to be a Wiccan. That's all. But of course, you know, small-minded people, she's a witch. Ban her. But yeah, and that was really for press too. That was to get press people riled up. Compare her to the witch trials, and the whole thing was about riling up people right before the election.
Okay. You guys have any more feedback?
No, that was it.
Witch rhymes with bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, the Salem Pitts trials.
Yeah, and isn't Jerry Springer filmed there too? So it's modified. It's adapted.
I like the Jerry Springer too.
Like, you are not the father, and they bring out the pyre.
It's just a bunch of different broomsticks.
This is the first time a trial has needed a firefighter more than it has needed a judge.
There you go.
There, yes.
Trial by fire.
So can I ask you, for about 4 hours worked on it, was it okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, in all seriousness, it's like, hey, that sucked ass. I need to know, because I can't get better unless I get the truth.
More dreamsicle.
You want me what? You want me to get high and then write it?
Is there
I just find
marijuana
it
in them?
hilarious that you spent 4 hours on this and you think you haven't worked enough. I did mine in about 30 minutes. If I'm being
Me
generous.
too.
Yes, I got my topic way in advance, but I didn't get time to write it. I had other things to do. And so I wrote mine in the free time that I got in between work.
Okay, this is gonna make me feel even worse. Like, okay, so we're going longer than anyone, and it still sucks ass.
Nah, it wasn't bad.
You wasn't right.
You guys have any more feedback?
There's also Santeria and voodoo. Someone said that.
Yeah. Santeria. Voodoo. Witchcraft. Which one has the Lugaroos? I think it's voodoo.
Isn't that voodoo?
It sounds like Insane Clown Posse fans.
Yeah.
Is your name
As someone
Simboy
who's
or is it
from
Ryan?
Detroit, understand.
Same.
Oh. So Simboy is kind of your nickname?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Simboy's pronounced Ryan.
It's a Canadian
actually,
thing.
It's actually a simulation.
Yeah.
Thank y'all very much. So I love y'all's feedback. I think I can actually make these sort of crappy jokes turn into really pretty good jokes with what y'all gave me. So I appreciate that.
All right, sweet. Well, Keek, you're up next.
All right. So my topic was samplers. I had to Google this. I didn't know. I had no idea what this thing was. So, and also I didn't have enough time to write it. So there isn't a lot, but I hope you guys like it. So okay, here we go. So we've all heard good artists borrow, great artists steal, right? So I bought a sampler so I don't have to compose music of my own. Now, I've just recently started doing this music shit. So, but with a sampler, I can play all the sounds that I couldn't before. I can hear all the sounds that I couldn't hear before. I can hear bass riffs, drum rolls, words of appreciation, right? All the good thing. You know, there are a lot of people online that use samplers very creatively. Like there's this guy online that samples Donald Trump's voice and puts together weird, hilarious sentences that make no sense whatsoever. Yeah, you should totally look him up. His name is Donald Trump. So anyway, I tried a few sounds, right? I tried doing some EDM type of stuff, and I was being really loud. My neighbor didn't really like it. So he started banging my wall. And I was like, I can't open the wall. Go around. I don't know if you have a door there, but there's nothing here. Yeah. But, he said, he questioned my work ethic. I really worked hard on the song. There was a lot of hard work in it. He said, no, that's not true. Well, I worked hard. That's why it's called hard work. If I just sat around doing nothing, I would call that a presidential term. That's it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Really sweet.
That was my time.
Yeah, awesome. You guys have any feedback?
I thought right off the bat, you'd be like, I didn't have much time. So here's a sample. I also
Evelyn and Steele.
I also wrote something stupid. I thought it'd be funny saying something like, my mom's nickname in high school was the sampler. The sperm was silent. Sperm sampler.
They call him Adam Sampler.
You said that good artists borrow and great artists steal. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some sort of joke there that I'm not allowed to say that maybe someone else could.
Good artists borrow and what artists steal?
Great artists steal.
Maybe there's like some kind of Vanderbilt joke in there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you guys hear about that Bessemer process?
What?
I was thinking like, what if if your neighbor was banging on the wall to try to get you to turn that shit off, and then you like sampled that and then made it into
I'll call the cops.
Yeah, because I think normally, like when you say sampler, like I mean, outside of music, it's like like a plate they give you with a little bit of everything on it.
Oh,
Yeah, like at Costco, they also used to give out free samples. But yeah, like a sampler would be, in North America, it'd have like chicken wings and mozzarella sticks and everything, French fries.
oh,
Where
it's hilarious finding out about now.
Where are
Finding
you?
out that I am presently in Michigan, but I'm originally from
Oh,
India.
I'm
I
in
came.
Michigan too. Hey man, where are you?
Oh, hey, where are you, man?
Well, now I'm in Ann Arbor. I'm from Detroit. Where are you?
I am presently in Auburn Hills.
Oh, I used to work out there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, coincidence. Sweet.
So if you go to like Denny's, they'll have a sampler.
Applebee's Chili's.
Yeah, got what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, they all have like that sampler platter, which is like 3 or 4 of a whole lot of little things, like a little taste of everything.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And if you eat it all, it's just a low cost solution for diarrhea. It's like a laxative.
Yeah,
Yeah, it turns out at Chile, sampler is Latin for diarrhea, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was great artist steal something like Applebee's. Like I plan on being the greatest. Like it could be a mystery. Like good artists borrow, great artists steal. You're talking about the samplers. Then just say, well, something like I plan on being the greatest artist in the world. They even have my picture up at Applebee's for stealing so many samplers, just like something like that, where like one of these restaurants shows, I was like, they've got my picture up. I'm not allowed in there anymore. I'm going to be the greatest ever. I've stolen so many samples. I'm going to be the greatest artist ever.
But
Yeah.
they're meant to be taken, right? So how can you steal them? How can
DJ
you
Hot
steal
Wings.
something that is available for free?
You don't, no, a sample, no, now Costco and stuff, they're free. But if you go to a restaurant like Chili's or Applebee's, it's like $8.95. And then you get a little bit of several things on the menu. And it's like between $8 and $12. So if you do what's called a dining ditch, and when every American knows that, where you eat and then you act like you're going to the bathroom, but you run and you don't pay your.
Okay.
So as I've stolen so many samples, Applebee's won't even let me back in. I plan on being the greatest artist in the world. I've stolen so many samples, Applebee's won't let me back in.
I find inspiration in the greatest artists in the world.
Yeah, or what
Good
if
artists borrow, great artists steal. So I like Amy Schumer a lot.
Or what if you're like,
Yeah.
or what if you're like a great artist, steal? So I started a job at the IRS.
Yeah, see? Something like that.
Let me
Yeah.
see.
They say you're supposed to collect samples to make great music, but I'm just gaining so much weight.
Or if they were like specimens, like a type of sample, like you're going out taking leaf chunks. I don't know.
Sperm.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Wives.
You say,
Arranged marriage. That's an arranged. That's an arranged marriage joke. That's not a trafficking joke.
I got it.
Kind of need to make things clear.
I immediately got it. I thought it was pretty funny. When you said wives, I was like, that's funny.
Yeah. You guys have any more feedback? Oh, sorry. Any more feedback, guys? No? That was fun. Okay, well, Ryan, you're up next. Let me know what your topic is and when you're ready to begin, and I will start your time.
My topic was summit. And I'll be honest, I had trouble with this word. So I Googled it, and it literally means the highest point of a mountain or the meeting of top world leaders. I'm from like rural Ontario, Canada, and the only mountain near me is a little hill that you can walk up in 10 minutes. So I don't really know what a summit is, but even in my city, at the top of the mountain, we call them summit dwellers, and then people down where I live are called slumming it. And yeah, and people up on the mountain, they take their kids to like ballet and dance and hockey, and then people in my neighborhood just take kids. Like it's not a nice area. And just to rub it in, like on like mornings that we don't have all the smog and pollution from the steel plants, you can see all the nice homes overlooking us, looking down on us like we live in some sort of like Mordor from Lord of the Rings, and I feel like I'm like Hobo Baggins, trying to get the one cock ring to rule them all. I remember when I first moved here, though, I had no idea what the difference between living up on the mountain and down here was. And my real estate agent, he was like, you should invest off the mountain. It's much cheaper. it's an up and coming neighborhood. They do a lot of filming, and when I got here, I was like, "What the fuck are they filming? Cops?" You know. Turns out they film like zombie films and post apocalyptic movies. You guys might have seen a show on Netflix. It's called Black Mirror.
Yeah.
You guys, yeah, it's an awesome show. Except when you're watching an episode after the episode takes place after a nuclear bomb went off, and you're like, "That's my house," you know. And then you remember back when they were filming that before they filmed the episode, they actually cleaned my street up to make it more believable that people lived, you know, in a nuclear zone. No, I don't mind not living up on the mountain. You know what I mean? We're hard working down here. Like we live in Canada and we have bad winters, and there's a girl on the end of my street and she works all year. Even last year when we had an ice storm, the poor girl, she slipped and she fell and she broke all of her tooth. It was terrible. Poor one tooth Tanya. We have to call her by her new nickname, the gumball machine. She still charges a quarter. It just makes sense. I did try dating off the mountain, and it's pretty rough. Like, forget Plenty of Fish. I joined a website called Plenty of Teeth, if they had them. I also tried speed dating. I don't know if you guys heard of speed dating. Down here, it just means the girls are on speed, so don't do it. The best compliment I got all night was, "You look like Charlie Day if he ate Bob Dylan." So I'm not doing good for myself. I did get lucky though. I'm dating a doctor, and she lives up on the mountain, so I'm literally dating up. I don't know if you guys have ever dated a doctor, but there's tons of perks and oxys and morphine, whatever you can grab when she goes to bed. It's great. I found out she was a doctor on the third date, and I stopped pulling out immediately because that's an investment, you know. And when I found out she was pregnant, you know, my hobo baggins, my quest was complete. And ironically, I was moving up to the mountain, and she had hit rock bottom. So those are my jokes about mountain and summits.
Hey, sweet, awesome. You guys have any feedback?
Yeah, when you were talking about dating a doctor, you could make her into like a physiotherapist or something, and then you could say she was spreading your legs.
Okay.
And I can't really see you, but if you're fat, you could instead of plenty of fish, you could do plenty of pounds. But that wouldn't work if you're not fat. It'll come off as fat shaming, I imagine. And let's see. Living. That's all I got for now.
You were talking about how the summit people take their kids to the ballet, this, that, and the other, and then you said we take their kids. A tag for that could be we take kids and sell them to the highest baron bidder on the summit.
The highest bidder, yeah.
The highest baron bidder, because
Baron bidder,
you know,
yeah.
or sterile bidder, or you know, like the ones who can't have kids, we sell them to them, the highest bidder. Then maybe more sad memories of your childhood and then watching those zombie flicks, like, oh, where I got baptized, that's where Satan's High King came forward through the neighborhood, you know, something like where I was baptized. That's where the bomb, that was, what do you call it? Ground zero for where the bomb hit. You know what I mean? My park, like happy places where you were growing up. You know what I mean? What horrific things do they represent in those television shows now? That was like, wow, that was really a happy place for me as a kid. But now those are just places that you'd be familiar with, like places that you were familiar with in the neighborhood. What would that show turn them into?
So in my neighborhood, they filmed a movie in 2006. This is a true story. There was supposed to be like during when Iraq and America were invading, and my neighborhood was supposed to be Iraq. And the top comment on YouTube says, "I grew up in Baghdad, and this is a shithole."
Sometimes the joke is the truth. That's
So-
hysterically sad, but it's
And-
hysterical but sad.
And for you guys, Queen Latifah was filming a movie based on what's that city in Michigan where the water's bad?
Flint.
Flint,
Flint,
Michigan.
yeah. And someone criticized that Flint wasn't that ugly.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had a show out there like a couple weeks ago. It's still, it's pretty ugly, but it's not like it's not as bad as Toledo.
Not your neighborhood. Yeah, like that. See, that stuff right there. Make that the joke. You know, that's sadly funny. Like, and you were talking about the plenty of teeth or whatever the dating site. Call it plenty of gums. Like
plenty of gums.
yeah, the ones you don't go on ahead and say, I'm gonna look at ones without the teeth. I'm looking on plenty of gums. Now, Robert, and then I wrote this before you told me you got the doctor pregnant. I just want to throw that out there. I didn't know y'all were really that deep into it. So please don't take this as offensive. I just thought it would be funny if what if the doc gave you an STD? Like I dated a doctor and came out with some affliction. You know what I mean? And you don't have to go that route. It's just that it would be funny if you got some STD from a doctor. And then you say, and now I'm concerned about the pay, and say, but maybe even
STD, but the D stands for doctor.
yeah, something like that.
Sexually transmitted doctor.
I got a sexually transmitted doctorate.
You just wake up and there's another way, like, fuck, he's got
Yeah, it's just so many bills.
Sexual Titanic doctorates or something like that. She gave me it'll be a doctorate, but what does the ST stand for also? Sexual, what would your T be? Like Titan? You know what I mean?
I can't even tell the story because she might be here, but I remember the first time we slept together, I was like, I should go get tested just in case. And I had no idea. When I went to the clinic, I looked down the hallway and she was the doctor and I had to run away. It was like, remember me from last night? Yeah, I was just checking my blood pressure. Gotta go.
There it is.
That's
There it
pretty
is.
funny.
It was a one-night stand, so to be safe, I went to get an STD check. Hey, I try to be responsible. And go down the
Tell me
road,
how-
here's the doctor. Am I gonna get will I get an honest result? Yeah.
All right, so you remember when I was thinking when you're talking about mountains, like when you're like there aren't any mountains near me. I was thinking like, what if you're like the only mountain around here is being done by my dog, or like and then when you said one cock ring to rule them all, maybe if you're like then they started kicking me out of the mall.
Damn COVID.
and
Funny.
then let me see.
There was, I don't know if there's anything there, but I was thinking mountaintop. It must be hard on Grinder because some of them got to be a bottom,
One more. Fuck, there was one more that I thought of, but I forgot it. Yep, it's gone. Any more feedback, you guys?
If she lost all her teeth, blowjobs would be much easier.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. So after she lost her tooth, that hooker, we called her the gumball machine.
The gumball machine. What's a gumball? I don't know what a gum.
A gumball is like a ball of gum that you put in your mouth, but also if she's a hooker with no teeth, she's putting balls in her mouth.
Ah, okay.
And then I said it makes sense because she still charges $0.25, which is how much a gumball costs.
I like if you tightened that and ran together. Like, we still call her the gumball machine because she still charges a quarter. And just made it the one sentence and let it flow. Because calling her the gumball machine, I was like, why? Until you said she charges a quarter, I was a little bit lost and got lost in thought. And some people be so into their thought process about it, they won't hear your punch. Run that together because it's funny, but make it one full sentence.
I never
We should-
thought that joke. Criticized for not being. It needs to be deeper.
No, it needs to just be no pause. No
Yeah.
pause in between, and then it's
We call her the gumball machine because she still charges a quarter. Period.
it's a great joke.
Hi, Mom. My mom watches this.
Does your mom know the gumball machine?
She is.
You're not getting a Christmas present.
My battery is low. I'm getting the charger. I'll be back in a minute, okay?
All right, we'll wait for you. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, let's ditch him.
Yeah.
We'll just all leave.
Imagine we could move his camera.
Yeah.
Oh, why don't we all turn our cameras off all at the same
Wait,
time and then
actually,
back and it's just
we
no
are on
camera?
the same stage. Probably be there in like an hour. If I actually had a faster car, probably be there in like 40 minutes. So, how's comedy going where you guys are? Live comedy back yet? Well, I'm sure it's back in Alabama.
It's been back a while since May.
Yeah, no, I'm
Really?
sure it has in Alabama. Like, yeah, give a fuck. What about Canada?
We had it going for a while, but now our cases are going up, so it's like a shadow of its former self. And if you want to go to shows, you got to drive like towards you, like Windsor or down to Niagara Falls. Toronto's shut down, Montreal's shut down, and then they get mad when out of towners come to their show. So really, it's like a good time for little scenes because little scenes have to be better because the clubs are booking them more frequently. So small towns are getting lots of exposure, and there's a lot of virtual micers from the big cities. And we just had our Thanksgiving up here 2 weeks ago. So like 2 weeks later, now our numbers are going up again because I guess everyone went and got their family sick. It's like it's a blessing in disguise for some, right?
Probably. I know if I were a turkey. So, look, have you done any live shows?
I've done one open mic before this.
Which one is it? I probably know about it.
No, I'm in Michigan temporarily. So I live in Arizona. I'm here visiting someone.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. It was a really small open mic, less than 10 people.
You haven't done any out here?
No, I haven't done any of it. Are they open?
Yes, you can. I'll send you some stuff. Anyway, I guess we should get moving again. It's here's my turn now. It's on the clock. My topic is goals. Here we go. Goals are, I don't know, like I always liked goals. I always wanted to be a goalie when I was a kid, like I always wanted to play hockey growing up. And I always thought like, oh, I really want to be a goalie. So I like went and like took skating lessons. I learned how to skate. And then I was like, finally, I'm ready to try to play hockey. And I was like, oh, how much is it? And they're like, oh, it's like $1 billion. And my family was like, oh, we can't do that. Those pads are expensive, man. But goals are cool. Like, soccer and hockey and football has American football. I know we have a Canadian here. American football, yeah, it's weird because like they have a goal but no goalie. Like there's a field goal, but there's no one whose job it is to stop you from kicking it. other than the people on the ground. Like imagine if they're like wait, and they like had to drag the trampoline onto the field and just had somebody like jumping up and try to swat the ball out of the air. That'd be hilarious. Then again, it probably like that seems like it could backfire horribly. Like if they land on the pole and hit their crotch, or if they like smack into one of the tines on the side and just go spinning and break their neck. That sounds like a lawsuit. They probably go through that position pretty. It'd probably be the most dangerous position there was. Like, 'cause you think like people are getting concussions just from like ramming into each other. Imagine like you're like 25 feet in the air, like jumping, and then you hit the bottom of the goal, and then drop back down to the ground, probably on your head. That doesn't sound too fun. There's got to be a way around that, though. I don't know. There's maybe if they had like one of those big like hamster ball things. Well, no, then you can swat it. Maybe if they like built arms, like you could stick your arms out, but the rest of you was inside a ball. Yeah, football needs a goalie, I think. Field goals look too easy to kick. Goals. I guess there's the other type of goal. It's like you set a goal and then you either achieve it or don't. Like when you're like, hey, I'm going to make a cohesive plan to incorporate goalies in the football, and you just like leave that note on your desk for years and it collects dust, and then it's like 30 years later, your hair is gray, you got a gray mustache, and you walk back into your old office and you're cleaning up, and you find a note that says, note to self, reinvent field goals. And you're like, oh shit. And then you decide like maybe you should be the first field goalie. So you like sneak into like a football game with a pair of rocket shoes. And then right when they're about to kick the field goal, you run onto the field and turn on your rocket shoes. And then they both explode. And like now you're writhing around in pain on the field with like nubs, like because your legs are gone from like the knee down and you're like bleeding everywhere. And you got about 20 seconds before all your blood like leaves your body. Luckily someone has like a flamethrower, so they just like run up and like scorch your legs to stop the bleeding, and then they like drag you off the field and take you to the hospital, and then they throw you in jail for because they think you exploded on purpose. They think you were trying to hurt people, but you were like, no, I was just trying to reinvent football. And they're like, yeah, likely story. So now you're in Guantanamo Bay and people are still not blocking field goals. I'm done, guys. You have any feedback?
What is with field goals? You're right. That's like setting a like a field goal is like it means nothing. It's like setting a goal on December 31st to lose weight, for that year. You know what I mean? It means nothing. Right.
What is a field goal? An accomplishment in an area of study? That's all I got out of it. I'm not very sportsy.
Wait, you're in the South, you know how football works?
No, I mean, like, I'm not very, like, I don't write very sporty well. Like, there's a right, but like, when you said that, like, you said, what is a field goal? And I was like, it just popped in my head, just, accomplishment in an area of study. As you study in the field, you set a goal in a field of study, you made a field goal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you had a field goalie and someone attempted a field goal and the goalie kicked it back at the other team and then scored a goal, that would be if they actually ended up scoring a field goal and it bounced and then it went back, like it happens in regular football. Own goals. Also, I wrote something that, goals, finally something you have that the president doesn't. That's it. That's all I have.
Sweet. Any more feedback, you guys?
So, but then what do they say? The people say they set goals. Is that people are
Yeah.
supposed to set life goals? I don't know. Something about setting a life goal. I set a life goal with my girlfriend once, but she got the abortion, so it didn't work out.
Yeah.
The only way to achieve your goals is to set shitty goals.
Attainable goals.
Yeah, just set the bar so low.
Shitty goals, and your first thought was attainable goals. Shitty goals are attainable goals. I can say shitty goals. Yes.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna blink. Oh, look, I did it. Wow, that was so easy. It was like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know it looked really hard, but I mean, it just takes practice, you know. Not everyone
Don't
can blink
forget,
as well as I can.
don't forget to celebrate every goal achieved. So if you blink, now take yourself out for Pinkberry or something.
For what? What is it with the fucking they're like what?
Pinkberry is
Dreamsicle, Pinkberry. Like, do you honestly think these are universal things?
Like it's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
see them like Pinkberry is a yogurt store that I see in what I would call mixed shopping centers all over the southeast and stuff. Where you travel, it's just it's a chain. It's a frozen yogurt chain. But that's what take yourself out for like buy yourself a new pair of shoes or something like oh, I blinked. Like attaining shitty goals. Like, can I blink 8 times in a minute? Oh, wow, I did that. And they say you're supposed to celebrate every goal achieved so you're getting somewhere. So I blinked. Now I got to go get new shoes, or I bought myself a new car or something like that, to celebrate that you achieved blinking. Like, how would reward yourself exponentially for accomplishing really shitty goals?
Sweet. Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought that place was yes, Ryan. I did think everyone knew what a Pinkberry was.
Apparently, there's a Pinkberry near me.
And I did think
Is there? Hold on, let me look it up.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't know
I've
what
never
sample
heard
it was,
this
so I'm going to shut up on this one.
I'm sure Pinkberry has a sampler. You could probably get free samples there. Okay.
Yeah,
There's
you can
one.
Goals.
There's
All
one
the-
5 minutes from my house. What the fuck?
I know.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it before. And I looked and I'm like, what? They have them in Canada? What the fuck is a Pinkberry? Is it like, do you go in there and it's like a kept secret that only people that know what dreamsicles are go?
It's pretentious, bougie, millennial frozen yogurt. Like you can put all the toppings you want on. You get the yogurt, but they weigh it, and you like pay by the weight. You could walk out of there paying $16 for some frozen yogurt. It's not like you pay for a small, a medium, or a large. You pay for the weight.
Can you imagine they did that at buffets, but they weighed you and they weighed you after? Oh man,
Dude, no, like what, like that'd be hilarious. Like, yeah, but like I feel like yeah. What if it was a secret society? Like you go in there, like you pull the right lever, a door opens up, and then you walk to the like second door and you whisper like, "I am but a branch on the bush," and then they like let you in. Like there's people in pink robes, and they're just like,
welcome to Pinkberry. Try our newest flavor, Dreamsicle.
it's like psychedelic.
Yeah, listen here. It says it's.
I'm way too responsible for stuff I don't know. Then the reputation of the South, and y'all thinking that I got brains. I'm
Oh,
trailer tree. I know about dreamsicles and where to find good yogurt and day drinking.
maybe that's a good goal. I'm gonna try and learn more about the South by day drinking once a week,
There you go.
and maybe Bilal can go to Pinkberry.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can handle Pinkberry. Like,
Yeah, I want to know if they have them in the north or throughout, or is it just a southeast thing?
no,
I
there's
just
one
told you
5
they're in
minutes
Canada.
away.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
I thought you were like making fun of me. Like, does she think this stuff is in Canada? You were saying that there is a pinkberry in Canada.
There's one 5 minutes from Bolal right now.
Then why were y'all making fun of me?
Because we didn't know it existed until I looked it up on Google Maps and it said it was there. I would have never known. I would have lived my entire life never knowing what pinkberry was.
Oh,
I wish Low Keep was like, I didn't know what the fuck sampler was, but and then he holds up a pinkberry. He's got one.
He's got every flavor.
He's like, this shit cost me $20.
I just think it's weird that it manages to be everywhere and no one knows what it is. Like, is James Bond running this thing? What's happening?
It's like an open micer. You could look at their credits. They've been everywhere, but no one knows who they are.
it's the open mic of frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
I feel personally attacked.
So do I.
That's okay. We're all going for pinkberry after this.
Yeah.
Very. Let me see. Any more feedback, you guys?
Oh yeah. More you should set some goals about visiting Pinkberry. I'm not joking. Figure it out. Make a
We can all
joke
go to
about
Pinkberry at the same time and then like FaceTime each other.
yeah, we should workshop from Pinkberry.
All our individual pinkberries.
Or what if you go there like everyone's in a Pinkberry at the same time and you like hold one of the knob things and then like we could switch bodies. That sounds like it would be a feasible thing. If you touch them at the same time and everyone pulls it at the exact same moment, you just like switch places with the other person. I don't know, whatever.
Like the strangest Freaky Friday.
Yeah, it's like that. That's what I was basing that off of. Except it's like long range.
Seriously, if you go there, be careful. Be so careful of the toppings. They add a lot of weight. I've only eaten there once. I almost pissed myself when they charged me for the yogurt. $11.20. Fuck me. I mean, and you have to pay it because you've dipped it. So, yeah, just if you go there, be very, very careful about the weight. Pay attention to the prices that they're charging and stay away from the toppings. It's just gummy.
Hold on, what is that on your pants?
On my pants?
Yes.
Kit Kats in space.
That is awesome. Like, okay.
What
I
if you
just-
went to the Pinkberry's place and they asked you and they charged you by the weight on the scale, but you were holding the yogurt in your hand? You would
Well,
walk-
I mean, the scale is on their back counter, so you can't touch it. I mean, like
I looked up Pinkberry. This is their motto. Pinkberry, it tastes as good as it makes you feel. Now I know for sure Taco Bell can't have that motto.
Well, I mean,
It
only
did-
if you like it.
It tastes good as it makes you feel.
And it tasted like disbelief and grief. It absolutely did. That's all I could taste was $11.26.
All right, we should probably get back to form. This is the part where you say your regular jokes, or if you have any premises, you say those, or if you want to say the N word, you do that. Bobby, you're up first. Let me know when you're ready to begin, and I will start your time.
Just 5 minutes, right? Okay, I'm ready. All right. You know, I recently lost my daddy, and it made me realize that, you know, I don't have anybody left to give me money, you know, or rather, I don't have anyone left to lend me money and then bug me about it every goddamn holiday until the day you die. I don't know that man money anymore. Anywho, I've got no one left, you know, but through 2020 COVID, I have learned that death is a friggin' racket. It is nothing but a money grab. It is insane. I mean, why would I want to pay the equivalent of a pretty decent used car on Facebook for a view that I ain't never gonna look at? That's just some bull, you know? And I found that you can do all kind of things to your body now, you know, after you died, and everything costs a little bit more in the last. Like, you could have yourself made into a tree. I've got a black thumb. I have literally killed a plastic plant. It'd be like, hell, you make me into a tree. Say, yeah, go on down. It's the fourth dead tree from the right. That's mama. Yeah, don't make me into a tree. I'll kill it. My husband has found where you can take the tattoo of a corpse off of them, mount it onto black velvet like Elvis, and put it in a shadow box on your wall. I told that man, hell to the no. That's what he wants. No. Word Nazi's being thrown around way too often for me to have objects de human skin art hanging on my wall. See, none of you millennials get that. Use your Google for something more than Grumpy Cat. You'll understand. You look up the Nazis and the skin art, you'll be like, oh my God, that was a very funny joke. Another thing you can have yourself made into is a diamond. And they'll make that diamond into a ring or any other kind of jewelry. Hell no. I'm not having to take out more insurance because someone wants to break into my house and steal grandma. No. I want to be with my husband. We have decided on a lovely cremation, putting us in a nice matching set of Piggly Wiggly bags. And we're going to have our kids take us onto a party boat and throw us over their right shoulder for luck. Yeah, right off into the ocean. You know, and my godmother, she said, well, Robin, that's just gross. I mean, what if a little fish is swimming by and he's just going, and he gets a little piece of you and eats you? How terrible would that be? And I said, well, I've done the same to enough of his forefathers. I'm pretty sure I'm due. Yeah, but yeah, in the end, I do want my kids throwing me off their right shoulder, off that party boat in the middle of the ocean, because it's windy out there. I'll blow back on them and they'll be able to say, damn, mom's dead and that bitch is still up my ass. I'm Bobby Sutton and we're all going to die. God bless and angels on you.
Hey. Sweet. You guys have any feedback?
Did you hold the wine like it was a mic?
Yeah, I do it on stage too. I just kind of sit and just, I take these little wines with me on stage and I tuck them all around my pants. And when I get done with one, I'll sit and grab another one out from under and start drinking. And so, yeah, I just kind of, I do all sorts of stuff with it. It helps me slow down. It's my pacer. Because that's my big weakness is everybody says you talk too fast. You don't give enough pause.
So you just so instead of one of those hourglasses, you're just like a sampler of wine. Pinkberry is a 5-minute set.
Yeah, it is. This is honestly for real when I'm really doing it because I'm practicing. These are new, but yeah, each bottle of wine is a 5-minute set, and I get it. There's a sip, and it helps me pace the set.
Or maybe there's a joke there. It's like, oh, mommy's not feeling good last night. She headlined.
I'm doing that. Can I have that?
Yeah, the headline headache.
The headline hangover.
You had an erection when you were dead, you could be made into a dildo as well.
Oh, what?
If you died with an erection, you could be made into a dildo.
I got news for you, honey. You all die erect. No, that's a medical fact.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I'm not going to tell you how they have to get it down. I used to be a medical transcriptionist for a coroner. There's only one way to.
Bilal's,
What?
Bilal's
Please
dead
tell us.
right now.
Is it like a hammer?
It's but like a real large rubber mallet, and you have to bash them in the balls with the rubber mallet, and that releases the blood.
Like a
Really?
flow?
Are you sure we're not just talking about alimony?
That's death. And
That'd be really
sometimes,
hard, if you
and
wanted to
sometimes
roll
they
it.
hit them so hard that it knocks air from their lungs. So they'll go, ugh. That's so creepy. So creepy.
What do you do
Yeah.
for a living?
I used to be a medical transcriptionist for a coroner. When the coroner like says, "Oh, the brain weighed this much and this weighed that much," and blah, yada yada yada, I type it all down for him and put it in the record.
And then if someone needs a ball bashing,
You actually have to say everything that happened from that patient from the moment they were scooped up to the moment you sewed them up. Well, actually, till 6 weeks later when all their chemicals come back, their labs. It takes 6 to 8 weeks to do a full autopsy.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, why do they have to hit their dicks down? Like, or what's the
Rigor.
purpose of that? Huh?
Rigor mortis. Okay, there's 2 ways to do it. You tell me which way would be easier for you if you were curious. Okay. One way is to hit it with the mallet. The other way is to do what you do to the whole rest of the body in order to relieve the rigor, which is a nice strong rub down. And I'm not kidding. You got to rub, like take both your hands and really, you've got to rub and soften the muscle out. So you got to do that. You got to really rub one out, the hardest you've ever rubbed it out for a stranger.
Well, see, the thing is, if
Yeah, that's dead guy in the nuts with a mallet. What would you choose?
well, hold on, because like you think like if they did it that way initially, like people would be pretending to be dead. Just
Yeah.
You do this, and they just like run out.
oh my God,
Like,
Bilal's
just,
dead
like,
again.
do the mallet thing first. like,
And when they're hoping for a really good massage,
God.
some coroner comes with a bloody hammer and kind of hits their dick.
No. There's no blood ever comes out. No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's
But-
just hitting the balls for some reason. It does something with the ureter tube. And then it just releases, and then it kind of releases the blood vessels and stuff. And then it's a heck of a whap too. I mean, there's nothing you, yeah,
This isn't the WAP we looked for.
huh?
Oh, WAP, nothing.
I meant the innocent way before that bitch screwed up the word.
What if you have erectile dysfunction and then you die?
Well, then you're just a loser corpse.
Do you
When
still
your
get
the
it?
last
body-
word was yes.
When your body goes into rigor, it's because the blood is hardening in the veins,
Oh,
arteries and stuff. So you're going to go into rigor either way. It's not a excited thing. It's not that you died all happy. It's that within so many hours of your death, it's going to happen as the blood hardens.
So I just picture, I'm going to say Bilal's there, and you're there, Bobby, and you're like, Doc, what do we do? Do we do the rub down again or the mallet? And then you just like, the corpse just like, rub down, rub down.
It's like your ghost is hovering there, like screaming at them, like, what the fuck? But no. My question was, why do they need to get the dick? Like, why don't they just leave the dick how it is?
Because
Is it
people
because,
want to see it in the
is it because
cast.
there was a-
That's going to upset Grandma, Belial.
Why is grandma looking at your fucking dick?
Huh?
Is it because
Why
they
does
can't
grandma
close
look
the
at the dick?
casket?
No, it's just a matter of not having a corpse like that.
I think somehow I want you to figure out how to get this conversation in a joke form in your set. This is amazing.
yeah.
Because
Like, this is-
is it because it would
Nobody
keep them
likes
from?
the girl talking about whapping a guy in the balls with a mallet.
Back in my day, whapping meant busting balls.
Whapping meant hitting a dead man in the nuts with a mallet.
One that I was saying, like, is it because it would keep them from rolling in their graves if their like grandchildren disappointed them? Like it would stick like a fucking kickstand. They'd just be stuck. Like this fucking dick is in the way. Yeah, that was you have to make that into a joke. It's like
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah. You put rigor back in rigor mortis, okay?
That's just medical stuffs. Medicine is funny. And some of it's just plain gross, but medicine's funny.
You guys have any more feedback?
I don't.
Alrighty. Oh,
I should shut up now.
well, Kick, you're up next. Let me know when you're ready to begin, and I will start your time.
Yeah, just a sec. All right. So, I'm an introvert and I'm not very social. And these things have been bothering me. So I started visiting a therapist. So she asked me to write down my feelings on an app where no one could see me. It's called Instagram. I have a lot of social issues. So I often watch a lot of motivational videos by successful people so that I can get inspired by them. So I watched the video by Kevin Hart where he says, you can say no whenever you want in your social interactions. No one should have to pressure you. You don't have to you don't have to attend the party you don't want to attend. You have the option to say no to everything and you don't need to explain yourselves. I was like, okay. So the next day, my landlord came to me asking for rent. This advice doesn't work in all contexts. Let me tell you that. And times are weird. Like, especially after COVID hit, like for instance, Russia and Saudi Arabia got into an economic war over oil. Can you believe that? An economic war over oil. It's surprising that a lubricant was able to cause so much friction. And I've been meeting a lot of weird people. Like I've met obese flat earthers. These are people who believe in a flat earth, but not in a flat belly. A lot of weird. I once met a homeless racist guy. I was walking in a parking lot towards the car. He comes to me and says, "You go back to your country." And so I showed him a map and asked him to point it out on the map. He wasn't able to. But then I offered to drive him home. But then I realized I didn't really have a car and he didn't really have a home. So there was no way this was going to work out. I stay in Arizona where I recently received a flash flood warning for a drizzle. A flash flood warning for a simple drizzle. In India, it rains so much our Uber has boats. There's been a lot of stuff about TikTok recently. I don't have a problem with TikTok. It's like homosexuality. I'm not into it, but I'm kind of cool with its existence. I went to a restaurant that promised food straight from the oven, like Piping Hot was its name. And it was cool, but I was only there to eat ice cream. I was walking down the street and I got hit by an ambulance. But then I had no reason to worry because the ambulance was right there. So that got me to the hospital. And in the hospital, I developed hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids is, for those who don't know, it's when blood leaks into your shit. It's basically when you have diarrhea and you think you had a period. I was watching a movie where a candidate was rejected due to insufficient biometrics. So it was an Air Force exam. So he completed training for up to 6 months. And then he was finally rejected because his height was too short. Can you believe that? Like he spent 6 months of his life working hard and he was rejected for something that could have been determined right off the start. Like that's like installing Tinder, matching with a girl, setting up a date, but then you remember you were gay. You know. But in the end, they found out that even though her height was short, she had long limbs, and so she could reach the controls very effectively, rendering her eligible for the job. So I guess I can be a pilot too, and I don't have long limbs. That's why we fly planes into buildings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Laukik Muzumdar. Thank you for
Hey,
your.
sweet. That's it. Sorry. Awesome. Yeah, you guys have any feedback?
Obese flat earthers. So I've just met flat earthers.
Or fat earthers?
Fat earthers. Flash flood. I'm from India. We don't even consider it a flood unless 2 villages disappear.
It's great.
Are you done?
Yeah. I flash flooded through that.
You said that about Kevin Hart telling you don't do what you don't feel like doing. And just say, I applied this with my landlord. I didn't feel like paying. Probably say something like, I now live in my car under a bridge by the McDonald's.
Mm.
And then that can segue into that next joke about the homeless man. Like, I met another homeless man at the McDonald's when I drove there the other day because I'm not a savage. But, I drove to McDonald's even though I'm homeless, Like, yeah, I'm homeless, but I'm still driving everywhere. But that way you can segue on in. So when I don't pay my rent, now I'm homeless, and that's how I met the homeless guy. And you can be living in your car that puts your car in a McDonald's. And then the only other one I had was you were talking about your pilot friend who, put all that time in, and they kick him for something they should have been able to see at the very beginning. If it's that hard to determine, why not one of those ones like at the fair must be this tall to ride the airplane? I mean, if you can't see it for yourself, maybe put a sign up.
I was saying, like, with your comparison on that one, like the Tinder thing, like it'll be like, like if like in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like he's like he gets the golden ticket, he gets taken on the tour of like the factory and shit, and then he gives back the gobstopper, and then like Willy Wonka's like, hey, do you want to take over my chocolate factory? I choose you, and he's like, oh wait, I'm a dog. Never mind.
I met a homeless man at the McDonald's. So I met a McDonald's employee.
Because it's true.
Why aren't obese flat earthers just called fat earthers? There, that's mine and Bilal's joke together.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
If you make fun of them, is it flat shaming?
There you go. There you go.
Good.
And I don't want to flat shame anyone.
That fell flat.
Are we're gonna keep going? Let's do it.
Flatten the atmosphere.
What?
I met a homeless person. Sorry, gender studies major.
Terrible.
What if like someone was a gender studies major, but they still couldn't like tell, or Oh, wait, hold on. Race and gender is social construct. Oh, fuck. What if that, like, I don't know. Fuck, I lost the train of thought. Sorry.
American education system.
I don't understand the
maybe
concept of a
we'll
flat
make some
tire.
runoff from the
Like
Flint
we call it a
reservoir.
flat tire, but it's still round. That was bad. Sorry.
Yep.
It was probably still better than Pinkberry, but
Yeah.
Got a little itch. Sorry, excuse me. A little bit itch. There it is. That's better.
What if a pink berry is what they call you when they bury you without jerking you off first or whatever the fuck. Never mind.
Berries win a virgin.
oh yeah, I thought something about. Sorry, Lokeep, but Bobby, if you did do that joke about jerking off the dead guy's dick, and something happened, he could come back to life.
Like, what? You need to start from the beginning and walk slowly. So I'm jerking off a dead guy and he comes back to life.
Yep,
God.
just for a moment.
That was the
You
best
don't
one of the
even
night.
have to do this. Please.
Huh?
Please do this joke, Bobby.
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's my
I'm
jokes are
Laukik
just about
Muzumdar and
jerking
I
off
approve
dead
that message.
Now,
guys.
now they've got to rewrite the Bible.
Yeah.
That's how Jesus came back.
Yeah. 3 days later.
I cannot tell that joke in the South and live through it.
Literally, right?
Literally, I cannot tell that joke that you just said. I could not tell that joke in the South and live through it.
Honestly, people might laugh so hard. That's a 2 bottle of wine joke. You might be up there more than 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, they might
there's a lot
bring
of
the
Baptists in
tires.
the South. They don't drink. They just act.
All right, you guys have any more feedback? Okay, cool. Up next, Ryan. Let me know when you're ready to begin, and I will start your time.
All right. I'm really going to just kind of be conversational here. You could start it now. Bobby, you were saying something about now your dad's gone. You don't know where you're going to get money. And I was thinking that I'm screwed too because growing up, I relied on my parents for money. I don't know about you guys. They were like my bank. If something happened to them, I'd have no means to survive. And now that I have a kid and a house, if something doesn't happen to my parents soon, I don't know how I'm going to survive. I just every time I call them, I say, oh, that's a good purchase. What about saving your money? Remember we talked about this. What is the resale value in that car? And listen, I'm not saying I want my parents to die because that would be rude. My girlfriend is though. Okay. Every time I call my dad, it's like, how you feeling? Good? Fuck. Okay. Bye. I don't know about you guys, but the quarantine's been hard up in Canada as well. Times are getting really tough. And I am one of those people, I'll be honest, that masks are starting to bother me. I know they're bothering a lot of people too. I was in the bank the other day and some robbers came in and they were screaming, "This is a stick up. No one move or I'll take off my mask." It was really traumatic. I've got a small tickle and I'm not afraid to use it. I think it's getting ridiculous though. I don't know if you guys saw Borat 2 came out. I don't know if you saw as well, but Jackass 2020 is coming out. Yeah, I saw the first sketch. "Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and this is the wrong aisle." He just goes down the wrong aisle at a grocery store. It's terrible. I did fuck up, though. I didn't plan this. I had a child during quarantine. I have a quarantine baby. He is 6 months old today. Little Chunks, we call him, because he is in the top 2% for his weight. which is a polite way to say he's 98% fatter than all of your children. He, I know he looks like me because when he first came out, people said he doesn't look like me. Now that he's obese, they go, he looks just like you. So that means either I look cute like a baby or my son looks like a 35-year-old with IBS. I don't know about you guys. You guys heard of gender reveal parties? Those are those things where people go and they pop balloons, and it's like blue if it's a boy, pink if it's a girl, or it's rainbow because gender's fluid. I don't know if you heard about it a couple weeks ago, but in California there was actually a wildfire started from a gender reveal party, which I think is bullshit, but it actually proved something. They proved that when you use butane, gender is fluid and combustible. So good on them for that. I don't know about you guys as well, but we have Costco's hopefully everywhere where I'm talking, and they're getting out of toilet paper up here. I don't know if they're doing the same down there. I was at my local Costco, and people in line were pissed that the store was out of toilet paper. So that's the last time I load my truck at the front of the store. Now that I'm a new dad, I'm basically just going between Costco and IKEA because we also moved, and I went to IKEA during the day the other day to return something, and it just looked like an exclusive club for divorced moms in yoga pants. It was weird. But I do know that 2020 is a really dividing year, especially for you guys in America. And I think we would all get along better if we just stopped judging people and admitted that Hawaiian pizza is the best pizza. I don't know if you guys know what Hawaiian pizza is. It's when you put pineapple and ham on pizza. It's like the stepsister of food. You can have it once in a while, but if you fuck it, people start talking. I did mention earlier I have IBS. I don't know if you guys know what that is. You guys know what it stands for? Icky butt stuff, or I better shit right now. Okay. I found out I had IBS because the doctor said you can't have it's not serious. You just can't eat spicy food, no chicken wings, no beer. And I said, oh, it's fucking terminal, doc. I also have a gluten sensitivity. If you guys don't know what that means, it means I can't have any bread. And over Thanksgiving, I had to come to my father. He's an Irish Catholic father. And I said, Dad, this year we can't have any bread, no stuffing in the turkey, no dinner rolls on the table. And he was really pissed. He goes, we come from a family of bread winners, not bread losers. And he stormed off. And I stood up. I said, Dad, I might be gluten sensitive, but you're gluten intolerant. And I just threw rice at him because the bread made me all puffy. And then I just have one last one. It's a fun fact. If you go to a steakhouse and order a Bud Light, the servers will bring you ketchup for your steak by default. So that's those are my jokes.
All right. Yay. Cool. Guys have any feedback?
I didn't get the last one.
Bud Light's low class, so would be putting ketchup on a steak at a steakhouse.
Okay. So is putting ketchup on a steak a bad thing?
Yes.
Okay. I don't eat beef, so
I had a couple of few. You're talking about the girlfriend. How's your dad? Dead? That was just, how's your dad? Dead? No? Yeah, I don't see this working out much longer.
I wanted to rework it. Like, it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's like, I need a new roof. And she's like, call your dad. And I called her. And I was like, bad news. He picked up,
Or like, what if you're like, you got a phone call and he was like, this is my mom. My dad is dead. And she's like, yes. And he's like, what the fuck? Starts like doing a dance.
Then also you're talking about your baby being in the upper weight class. How does he compare to you? And like, you know what I mean? Like in like upper weight or upper weight class, like takes after his dad or something like that. Or like, do you have dreams of entering hot dog eating contests together? Do you have like
Yes.
thinking
Yeah.
along that subject of how is he and I are going to top the scales together? It's going to be he's meant to take after me, and just be thinking of.
Yeah, I'd love to do some things with them.
Yeah.
You saying upper weight class made me think there was like a baby like fighting league.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
It's like a weight baby fight.
I'm getting him a little sumo costume for Christmas, or hey, he could be going as a sumo for Halloween.
Instead of the UFC, it's the UCF Ultimate Crib Fighting.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have that octagonal crib? Like,
He sleeps in an octagon.
That's funny. Man, let me see here. The other one, you're talking about Costco is running out of toilet paper. It's like, hey, you can run out of toilet paper all you want. Just do not run out of the diapers. Oh, and let's keep those Pampers stocked too.
Yeah.
Adult diapers, you know what I mean? And it's like, if I'm gonna survive this, they can run out of toilet paper. Because you talked about, I go for the baby. I'm going to get diaper and going back and forth, back and forth. And it's like, the way all this is between my IBS and this baby and everything. I don't care if Costco runs out of toilet paper, as long as they don't run out of the diapers. And if they could keep my kids' Pampers stocked too, that'd be cool.
Yeah. And you made me think of something too. It's like what you say, I want to do the same thing as my son. So it's like, having a kid is crazy. I've never cleaned up so much puke and shit and seen someone hit the bottle so much. My son's also messy.
Yeah, stuff like that. I've never seen so much puking and shit
Yeah.
in the bottle. I've never seen it, and my son's messy too.
My baby is gonna grow up real strong because since he was born, he has been lifting weights because he's heavy himself. So
yeah. What if like he was in the 90? I mean, in a 98 or
Percent out, top 2%.
but
They say.
it was all muscle.
Actually, he is a thick dude. His mom's Serbian. He's gonna be a wrestler.
He was squatting 65 at 6'1". He was a champion.
Yeah, he could squat before he could walk.
What? Someone said, "Oh snap!"
Now let me see who it is. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's Dan. Oh yeah, Dan was there last time my Bobby was there. And things got pretty awkward.
Wow. What are y'all reading here?
Dan who?
Grinnell. This is someone from Michigan. It was very fun. Let me see.
I can't see
What
these
is, like,
to speak of.
baby wrestling. I would actually pay to see babies fight. Like honestly,
Baby wrestling.
like if you could train.
Yeah, well,
babies-
you can't knock their teeth out. So you don't need a mouth guard.
Hmm.
They're already in fight gear.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't get concussions either because your skull's too soft. It won't rattle. Your brain won't rattle against it. It'll just like.
Yeah, and they're all great at shit talking. So
No hitting below the soft spot.
I didn't even know what a soft spot is. I never did. Was I supposed to let them sleep somewhere?
I think that's like the whole baby.
No. A baby will grow faster in its first year of life than ever in its life. And because it grows so fast, I used to be an OBGYN nurse. Don't squish hard. You can feel it by just rubbing just a tiny bit. You feel his skull right about here. It's soft because that's his brain. There's no skull there. the skull will grow together over his first year of life. That's his soft spot. If he gets hit in that soft spot, you can't let him get hit in the soft spot.
Are you?
Because I'm a professional, damn it.
You're a professional. Are you sure you're not a witch?
I was just picturing you explaining to this to
God, I
someone.
will take you very
This is the medical term for children with problems.
Some serious like young couple coming in, like they're like the wife's pregnant, and then she's like,
I'm sorry, I don't know how to tell you this, but your child might be.
about that.
He's not gonna have many brain samplers, okay? I'm just saying.
Samplers.
The only thing he's gonna be in the top 2% is weight for his whole life. Yeah, no hitting below the soft spot. Now I get it. That's pretty funny.
It's like fucking Bruce Buffer. Somehow Bruce Buffer is still the announcer. Like in the, he's like got both his feet inside the crib. Yeah, but I feel like I'd be tempted to like draw like a smiley face in it or something in the soft spot. That'd be enticing.
Don't hit.
Like stop sign, like an octagon with a stop.
Can they wear a helmet?
With a red light, with a circle or fist.
Yeah, if there was an Ultimate Fighting League for babies, they would have to wear a helmet.
Yeah. No, even in real life, I think they should be wearing a helmet.
Some babies do wear a helmet. Some babies do wear a helmet.
Look, if it was that easy to injure a child with a soft spot, we'd have a lot more walking around the earth than we do. Babies are tough. It's not like so gentle that the child will die. You know, if you caress it, the baby has to fall, but it's so that it can. Actually, it's so the baby can also get out of the birth canal because the head compresses in as it comes to the birth canal, and that allows it to bounce back. And then it just grows together over the years, or the 1 year. It will stitch, and you'll actually be able to feel this. That's where your cranium stitches together, is where your soft spot grew together when you were a baby. Everybody's skull is stitched different. It's like a fingerprint.
Oh, maybe that's how he can start catching murderers. They're like, did you see his skull? No. Oh, fuck.
We're just, oh, dang, he's innocent. It wasn't him. Oh, too bad.
I think we're scaring off the audience. I saw ...
That's fucking, oh, God.
Where's the audience? Is everybody allowed to audience or just the moderators?
I think it was the description of what happens if the baby gets hit in the soft spot.
Oh, man.
And now I'm gonna go upstairs and wake him up and just make sure it's there.
We're here.
Oh.
Soft spot.
All right.
No, and you know what? I don't care what country you're in. You all got one in your country. So, babies have soft spots in everybody's country.
Hang on. I want to prove to you guys I am living with a Serbian. I just want to show you what was just brought to me.
I'm excited. That was one of those cool hats. Potatoes.
It's just bags of raw potatoes.
Yum.
Oh,
It's 11:30 at night, and that's not weird to me.
that's not weird to anyone.
Huh?
That's not weird to anyone. Even I have
What's
bags
wrong
of raw
with that?
potatoes.
People just bring you bags of potatoes at
I
11:30.
bring myself bags of potatoes.
In the South.
Someone said Alabama at its best. Please be a whore. What is?
No, that's fucking. That's Dan talking.
Okay,
Those are two
thanks for the
separate-
feedback.
No, those were two separate statements.
Sorry. You're about 26 years too late, sweetheart. I'm taken.
No, they're talking to me.
Oh,
You said
I
you live
can't
with a
see the
Serbian.
audience. So,
He wasn't here for the beginning part, but you said you were happily married and I have a nice baby with a very, very hard skull.
He learned to clap all on his own. Okay.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right. So I think I have some. If you don't use that rigor mortis, I'm going to use it.
Oh man. Someone needs to. Honestly, that shit was gold.
you can have it, Ryan.
Really?
Yeah, because I tell jokes like that and I get in trouble. Like, it's like, no, you don't have the right look to be allowed to tell. I cannot tell you how many times I've been told you don't have the right look to be allowed to tell jokes like that. I don't know what that means. I had
Jerking
one
people
girl
off.
yell at me while I was on stage. Women who look like you shouldn't talk about having sex in public. And I said, well, honey, fuggos need loving too. I mean, what about me and then other girls can get up there and just be as filthy and gross as they want. No, she's just so adorable. It's like, well, why can't I say stuff like that? I always get reprimanded for it, and I don't know why. So it's made me scared to tell jokes like that. Like
Really,
little
man? Fuck those
country-
people. What?
Huh?
Well, fuck those people. Who are they?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what they need? They need a big rubber mallet right to their dead balls.
Yeah.
Right, it matters when you're not getting booked. You know what I mean? Because, well, you're not like us. You don't tell jokes like us. We don't need your kind in our club. Our clients wouldn't want to see you. I mean, these are all things I've had my mic pulled. And one of the guys came down from Tennessee. He traveled like 300 plus miles to be at the show. And the first dude got up and talked about his brother eating his boogers and touching his dick and all with the same hand, like just a lot of dick. Next girl gets up, sings about how Florida looks like a dick. I get up and say that I've been married for 26 years, and how do I sustain a long marriage? I credit the hysterectomy because they took out the baby bed and left the playpen. The owner of the establishment jerked my mic. Like, jerked the mic out of the wall. Yes. He said, Show's over. He shut down the whole show and then said, lady, you cannot talk about hysterectomies up in here. That is too violent. I got Mrs. Maisel. Like, if you ever see Mrs. Maisel, she's a comedian. Her mic gets pulled for being too filthy. Joan Rivers, she got in trouble. She got fined because she said she was pregnant on the Carson show. And they said, you can't say pregnant. It's too violent. Back in the 70s, she says she's pregnant. She got in a lot of trouble for it. And for some reason, I've been told there's things I can't say. If you want to talk about hitting some dude in the dick, some dead dude in the dick with a mallet, and that could be funny coming from a guy, but it's not going to go over well for me.
We enjoyed you saying it.
Yes.
Well, thank you. But y'all are up north, right?
Yeah,
Well, technically, I'm from India, so
But northern, probably.
Still smarter, still way more intelligent. But
Yeah, up here in mallet country.
in the South, it's just people are a little more sensitive about
Yeah, the harsh winters just really desensitized. Yeah.
Some men get so cold you'd think they were dead. All the signs are there.
I'd
I
be
just
dead for
picture
an
them
hour.
going down
Yeah.
to like the tool store looking for a ball mallet. Like, oh, the first one broke, so
The
you gotta
rubber
like,
one. It's a rubber.
Yeah.
what are you looking for? Like, oh, something that'll work on balls.
I need to flatten a ball joint.
Ball peen hammer.
All right. Well, thanks for the feedback.
Yeah, probably get moving. Okay, now it's my turn to tell some jokes. Here we go. Let me see. Okay,
Do your
I
soft
hope
spot one.
uh, I hope I never get famous because I feel like then I would like I don't want to have to deal with time travel shenanigans. Because if you're just a regular person, no one's gonna come back in time and mess with you. But if you're famous, I feel like you could just like have people just like popping out of portals and run up and punch you in the dick, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And then someone comes up and they're like, "Hey, are you the guy who invented the retard helmet?" And you're like, "Yeah." And then they like, punch you in the balls, like, "You ruined my childhood, you piece of shit." Let me see. You think that Asians have a tactical advantage because they can blink faster because their eyelids are closer together? Because I'm kind of jealous. Like I feel like I'm gonna like all that time you spend blinking probably adds up. They probably gotta get to see more of the world. I'm talking about like no, the non east of India, not the rest of it. I mean, not that part of Asia. The part where there were people. Never mind. I mean, this is getting too specific. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like the same people who tailgate you on the. Did you just pull out a hammer? Was I not looking?
It just happened to be there.
What
I
the
put
fuck?
this up this morning. I hung this morning with the, and I moved my leg and hit it, and I was like, "Are you?" And I was like, "Are you kidding me with the freaking hand?" Didn't
So
even
you
think
had
about
it
it.
this whole time, and you waited
Didn't
until
realize
now.
I sniffed it, and I'm like, "Ow!" And when I pull, I was
What
like, "It's
the
a
fuck?
hammer."
All right, you
Of
guys.
all things.
Being heckled with hammers. Because you know when he comedian destroys heckler, they gets like hammers thrown at him. uh, anyway, I feel like the same people who tailgate you when you're driving on the freeway are the people. I mean, yeah, the people who tailgate you when you're driving on the freeway are the same ones who haunt you when you're dead, like as ghosts. It's kind of the same thing, but while you're still alive. It's just I don't know. I don't. Do you like drive like a maniac and then you go buy a pickup truck, or is there like some like in the pickup truck factory? Do they have like a wizard on the assembly line, like fast driving spell, just like cursing every truck? Because I don't know why, but like people seem to forget that when you're careening down the freeway, you're always a blink of an eye away from being an idiot flavored death pancake.
Yep.
Let me see. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, I was in Toronto one time. I drove out there and I was stopped at a red light, and some bum came up and like started like pouring some opaque liquid on my windshield, and I didn't realize he was like trying to like wash it and then like charge me for it later. So I turned on my windshield wipers, and the wiper blade hit his hand. He got mad and he threw water in my car, and I was like, "What the fuck?" But like, if I had known what he was doing, I'd have been like, "Hey, you can't just like give someone a service they didn't ask for and then charge them for it later. Like that's like fucked up. Like what you have to do is you have to get together with a bunch of other bums, and then you form like a government, and then you can. Let me see. Da 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 da. Um, new jokes. Christmas is always a weird time for my family because I grew up in a Muslim family that my mom turned Christian. So I remember my very first Christmas, and every year I'd always ask for the same thing, but I'd never get it. I like open my presents, and then I'd be like, "Oh man, where's my death android?" Because it was always the same story, like, "Oh, death androids are too dangerous for kids. A death android ripped out your cousin's spine." And I was like, "But mom, all the other kids have death androids." Because you don't want to be the only kid without a death android. Who else is going to help you? Who else is going to help you harvest your spines? Oh, sorry, I might be in the wrong timeline for that joke. You guys don't have death androids yet. You still got a while before those come around. But when they do, you will know true fear. Yay. Sorry, I just got here from the future. Fun fact, everybody in the future has a fake booty. Real booties are illegal. Anyway, I'm done. I need to write a punchline for that. You guys have any feedback?
Yes. If you were, if I was gonna go back in time to someone that was famous, I go back and punch baby Hitler right in the soft spot, because he'd probably be a painter the rest of his life. I feel like painting is much easier to master than world domination, especially if your soft spot was punched.
I feel like he'd have been way better at that skin art you were talking about earlier. It's like a...
That's a very original fear, by the way. The fear of being famous, so that someone will time, because you don't want to be famous because you're afraid someone will time travel back and punch you in the dick. I've never heard anyone say anything even remotely close to that before. So it's a very original joke.
Oh, thanks. I stole it from
From some dick punching time traveler. Punch my friend.
Yeah.
We're talking about, do you think that ghosts who bothered you in death were the ones who followed you in traffic in life? And I was just thinking, like, in death, they hover over your toilet. In life, they hover up your ass. Because on the road, they're up your ass. The ones that bother you in traffic. Like, where would they haunt you? Think of, like, where would they haunt you in death and where would they haunt you in life? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the toilet seems weird. Like, I feel like, well, at least you're already, like...
Well, like, if you're in bed with your girlfriend, see, basically trying to work it up where, because on the highway, they're up your butt. That's what's so annoying about them is like, I can't go anywhere. I've got people in front of me and yet they're up your butt. Like you can do.
I went home and shit out a pickup truck.
Yeah.
You said that people who tailgate you also haunt you as ghosts. I mean, you can confirm that hypothesis by just slamming the brakes.
Ooh, that's good.
Why are ghosts always scary? Why couldn't you have like some like a party ghost, like Billy the Booze Hound, it's like, oh man, Bilal, you're hungover again. It's like, I'm a ghost. Fuck.
Huh.
It's just middle of the night. He's like, booze. Booze.
I think you do have a friendly ghost, right? It's called Casper or something.
Yeah, but Casper probably didn't like the party,
Okay.
Like a really awesome,
like a Snoop Dogg type ghost.
Plus, grown-ups don't understand that children love them the most. That sounds
Casper?
Yeah.
It was Casper a dead kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what made him friendly was children don't know to be scary.
I'll Google how Casper died.
Favorite cartoon when I was little. Casper was my jam.
Oh, fun fact: Casper died from getting hit in the soft spot from neglect.
No, he did not. He died of pneumonia in a sledding accident.
He did die from pneumonia in his sledding. How do you know that, Bobby?
Casper was my jam when I was a kid.
Recognize the lyrics to the theme song?
Casper, the friendly ghost, the friendliest ghost you ever did see.
He
Casper.
died from pneumonia on a sledding accident in 23.
Grown ups don't understand the
Casper and HR Puff and stuff.
Oh, they grew up on like Casper, like Andy Griffith show. Anyway,
Won't you grab your pole and meet me down by the fishing hole? That's actually got words to that song.
is meat MEET?
Yeah. He's with M-E-E-T.
Grab your pole and meet me down. Like a okay.
After you die, can you still grow up?
Um,
I don't think so.
Casper couldn't.
My grandmother swears to God that because she lost her sister when she was like 6-7 months old, and she said she would see someone in the corner of her eye for her whole life, but it grew up. So she says that her dead sister grew up with her, but she probably had an accident with her soft spot as a kid. Now that I think about it.
I am so sorry I ever said anything. I'm going to get this poor guy fired. You're a little obsessed with the soft spots there.
we got a soft spot for the soft spot jokes.
You got a real
I'm
soft spot.
sorry I had to. It was right there. I feel dirty.
He's going to take a hard stance on that soft spot, I see.
Well, at least we're not talking about Pinkberry anymore.
And yet you keep bringing it up.
Well, it is soft serve, so
You start talking about Booberry. Back to ghosts.
oh yeah, boo.
I got a box of that right in there.
Yeah. Frankenberry's the pink one, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Franken.
Berry is what it is. It's
I'm surprised in down south you didn't think that was a real berry. Y'all don't know what Frankenberry is?
wait.
Wait, you
Are
don't know
you
about Frankenberry?
saying it's not real? It's not a real berry? Look at me. Like
What
she's
are you guys talking about?
I don't know, dude.
There's a cereal called Frankenberry, and it's a strawberry cereal with marshmallows. And he said, I bet down in the South you thought that was a real berry. And I said, what, it's not?
Before you got here, though, she was eating something called Dreamsicle, and she assumed we knew what that was too.
Creamsicle flavored gummy bears.
That looks presidential.
I was trying to think of like a communism joke.
That looks presidential. That's what I said.
We got like Dream Hammer and Dream Sickle.
Oh yeah, that's cool. The communist gummy bear, yeah. Hammer and Dreamsicle. There it is. Look, communist gummy bear.
In the South.
You're gonna break down the establishment one.
Get their little boners to drop.
If only you were in Georgia, you make a Stalin joke. All right. That's enough history nerd shit.
The sickle and the hammer you're talking about? Stalin.
Sweet. All right. Well, it's been a fun ride. That was the part where, if you guys have anything you want to plug or anything, any social media, or if you just want to go on an anti-Semitic rant, that's cool too. This is where you do it. Bobby, do you have anything?
Yes, this Wednesday I will be doing a special Frightener feature for the Halloween 2020 run by Rampantly Comedy. They have a festival going on all week. Look them up on the Halloween 2020 page or Rampantly. Try to get on one of their many open mics that they're having. It's a week-long festival of Halloween-themed comedy that they are going to be streaming all over the world. Every single week, I run the Right 10 After Dark. That's 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 8 Mountain, 7 Pacific. We write on a random word for 10 minutes. Everybody posts their joke, and I read them off, and we all vote on each other's jokes, and the person whose joke gets the most votes wins a meme from PJ King Studios. So, and of course, all the work I'm doing at Shenanigans, but online, that's what I've got going. And then on my birthday, on Halloween night, I will be with Tara Christian Widener at her Haunted Ottoman Halloween Spooktacular on Friday night. So y'all tune in and see my dumbass. I'll bring the pink berry.
Awesome. And your birthday's on Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my dad's birthday's on Halloween also. You guys might be twins. All right. Loki, you have anything?
I'm new to the scene, so I don't have anything coming up. But you guys can follow me on Twitter if you want. It's the same name. It's a bit hard to type, but then I'm the only one with that name. So,
Why did you spell it? Because I'm gonna write it down.
Laukik. It's written right here.
Oh, okay, cool.
Come on,
That's just at
spot when he's little.
I'll type it in. I'll type it in the chat.
Well, actually, you could just look in the Facebook chat group. You can just add them from there, right?
Yeah. I'll post it in the chat.
that's
Right.
Or
okay. It's definitely not your name, but
Okay. Well, last but not least, Brian Sim, you have anything?
yeah, sure. I've got a weekly show online called Soft Spots. 5-minute spots. You get the clap at 4. And you can follow me on Instagram at Frankenberry 69.
Awesome.
Someone's gonna try to find you. You know that.
That's good. Sweet. Well, that's another thrilling episode of the workshop.